you really think you can handle 14 scary videos in a row? If not, you'd better keep your eyes closed. From poltergeists to human jawbones, these are the scary videos you should avoid watching. Number 14. Pubman. Has a ghost ever taken a liking to you? Published to the r/ghosts subreddit, StayRB89 claims that as a child, he was stalked by a male ghost at his grandparents' pub. The Redditor shares a clip that was filmed in the early 90s. He explains that his mom was filming him with his granddad's new camcorder while she and his nan were cleaning the pub that morning. No one else was there, but someone else appears to be hiding in this video. In the bottom left, you can see the Redditor as a toddler. His head bobs up and down for a moment. The ghost in question can be seen peeking around the post in the middle of the room. Some in the comments believe it's a man playing around with the kid, but he insists his mom and nan were the only ones in that morning. Others think it's a sneaky ghost. One thing everyone can agree on is that they were not alone. Number 13. Human jawbone. The outdoors are beautiful and peaceful, but they can also be a burial ground. Published by Outdoors Bryce in May of 2021, this YouTuber was just out looking for shells or fossils when he uncovered something a bit more chilling. Bryce pulled from the river a human jawbone.
I was just exploring this water right here, looking for shells, any kinds of bones or fossils, and I believe I just came across a human jawbone.
The jaw appears to still have 2 molars fastened to it.
There's 2 molars, and I don't know any fish that has teeth like that.
He hopes the uncanny find is a product of the burial sites located along the river, but he'd like to get an archaeologist to date the bone. He also called the cops in case it was more recently discarded evidence.
What's up, man?
What do you think?
Where'd you find that?
2 beaches down.
Bryce writes, "This was the last thing I expected to find on my day of fishing. In my opinion, this has to be this fisherman's creepiest catch." Number 12. Faces in the closet. Some are afraid of the boogeyman in their closet, but what if there are a dozen? Posted on TikTok by Shadow Reacts, this creepy video shows a woman and her daughter in the living room, seemingly having a normal time, until the camera pans over to the closet. The bottom half of the closet appears to contain a pile of large demon-like faces. They could be masks maybe, but then one of them blinks. Are you seeing what I think I'm seeing? There has to be more to this clip than what meets the eye. Something paranormal has to be going on in that house. Number 11. Haunting figure. If you hear dogs going wild at night, they may be onto something. Posted to TikTok by Powmarkism, a haunting figure terrifies the streets in the scary video. The obscure pale figure was captured on film drifting down a dark street at night. The figure is making an awful rasping noise. Neighborhood dogs bark up a chorus. The creepy figure then starts wailing while continuing to drift down the lamplit street. Paula believes that this is the famous Latin American folkloric creature, La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman. La Llorona roams the riverfront, mourning her children who she took the lives of. Could this be Weeping Woman in the, I want to say, flesh? Or are these dogs going mad for nothing? Number 10. Ghost thief. Let's be transparent. This is not a phantom, but it is creepy. Posted to TikTok by Alex Ho Howard. Alex claims this ghost took his shoes. The security footage shows a figure in a long dress appearing at the doorstep of this family home. The owner's shoes are placed outside the front door. The figure looks straight up at the camera before leaning over and carefully choosing a pair of shoes. The so-called ghost takes a sweet time making his selection. He also seems to lean in the doorway to look inside. Finally, he makes a decision, grabs a pair of shoes, and nimbly walks away. Well, no one in the comments is under the impression that this is an actual ghost. This doesn't make the shoe thief any less creepy. I think they better set up some motion detectors. Number 9, Merman. If you have a Disney-fied image of mermaids and mermen, then your mind is about to be blown. Published by JJPD Producciones in July of 2018, this scary video has me questioning reality. The clip, taken near a sea, shows a creepy creature washed atop a broken concrete pier. The creature looks ghoulish, its skin a lighter tone of the brackish waters behind him.
Es una mujer. Es una mujer tan guapa y... Cabeza. Me está llamando.
Upon closer inspection, the creature appears humanoid, with big black eyes and an upper body that's more or less human, while its lower body ends in a tail. He also appears to have gills protruding from the side of his head. When the cameraman moves to climb over a ledge to get a closer look, the merman can't be bothered. He quickly turns back toward the sea and dives headfirst off the pier.
Voy.
Hey,
No, no.
dame la cámara.
I'm skeptical about the legitimacy of this video, since this channel is known for their CGI work, but it still raises the question, do mermen exist? If they do, this scary video may be proof that they're a far cry from the colorful cartoon versions we've pictured. Number 8, being followed. This explorer thinks he was stalked while exploring an abandoned hospital. Published by Chizza Chad in August of 2021, the crew is discovering this dark and decrepit place when they start to feel like they were being watched.
I swear to God, man. I feel like something's like, kind of like just watching from a distance.
They think they hear footsteps in the distance. Later, as one of the crew is looking at little yellow post-it notes with random messages written on them, he hears some repeated tapping against metal.
This is somebody's handwriting. Elsa?
While down in the chemotherapy suite, he starts to get lost. He again feels like something is behind him, and then hears a loud noise.
Because something has been behind me, man.
Thinking it's just water, he moves on, but the feeling like he's being followed never leaves. Is something invisible watching Chad, and will it ever stop? I think Chad should stay away from this place. Number 7, shadow poltergeist. When poltergeists take on a physical form, perhaps that form is a shadow. Published in September of 2021 by Gage Mansfield. You can hear this shadow figure before you'll see it. The video shows a dark room in a lit hallway. On the desk near the camera, an object starts to move before it's unceremoniously flung to the ground. Then the lights in the hallway beyond flicker on and off. They stay off for a time as the room remains silent, but then they start to flicker again. It's when they are off at the end of the clip that the shadow person appears. You can see a human-like profile standing a moment in the dark doorway before the creepy figure disappears. Is this the shadow that caused all the commotion? Finally, we can answer the age-old question, what do poltergeists look like? Number 6, rocking chair. It seems the former residents of this home haven't yet left. Posted to Ghost Club Paranormal's channel in their TikTok, the woman says she's been experiencing paranormal activity in her new house. The new homeowner said that she was walking past this hallway when she saw something mysterious. A rocking chair, which belonged to the original owner, was slowly rocking back and forth.
Okay, I just had to go into the kitchen to get my phone. I was just walking by this hallway. That chair is clearly broken by itself.
No one was sitting in it. No one was in the room. She notes that there are no drafts, nor is there a fan in the room.
There's no drafts. There's no fan.
She asks the entity to make a banging noise and hears a quiet knock from the kitchen.
There's somebody here. Can you make a banging noise for me?
When she gets closer to the chair, it stops rocking. Many in the comments say they don't feel bad vibes from this video, and they think it's unlikely that whatever presence is in this home is looking to harm anyone. Despite this, a new owner says she's been getting rid of the former owner's things in the house. She wanted to keep the chair because she liked it, but is now thinking it should go too. But will the spirit go with it? Number 5. Roar in the woods. What would you do if you heard this creepy sound in the dark woods at night? Published in July of 2017 by Sweet Dreams, this scary video captured an unknown creature in the North Georgia woods. Some boys are lighting off firecrackers when they start to hear a strange animalistic roar.
That's pretty cool, man.
I wanted it to go up in the air, man.
It was still cool.
As they walk across the field in search of its source, the roar turns to a rattle. They seem to be getting closer to the creature as the noises grow louder. Whatever is making the noise starts to gag and rasp.
What is that?
Eventually, the camera captures a clammy-looking, long-legged, pale figure hunched over in the darkness. They watch it for a moment as it stands still.
We should get out of here.
They run away for a minute, but the group convinces the guy with the camera to go back.
Go get it. Go see
We
if
need to
it's
get the
injured.
car.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the car.
Dude, this is snap gold. Go get it.
As he approaches the creature again, he finds that it's in pursuit of them. This time they really do run.
What the
But the creature catches up to them, screeching its strange noise. It appears to be covered in red liquid from its mouth down to its navel, as if it was feasting on something. They flee the creature and they don't look back. Did it catch them? I hope not. And since this footage made it online, I think they managed to get away. Number 4. Work ghost. You know that cabinet at work that's off limits? That might be because there's a ghost trapped inside. Published to the r/ghosts subreddit by Careful Swordfish 742, this creepy cabinet appears to have a mind of its own. The clip shows a woman working at her desk inside a room with a large cabinet against the wall. The door is closed at first, but when it pops open, a beam of light can be seen dancing around, with ghost light trailing after it. The Redditor explains that before the cabinet popped open, the door rattled loudly, which is what she believes popped the latch loose. She writes, "When I turned around, I did see the light moving around in odd patterns. It was incredibly jarring." She also claims that this isn't the only strange thing that's happened in her office. The Redditor feels like she's being watched and once felt her hair tugged randomly. Does this office have some sinister secrets that it's just dying to share? Not sure if I want to know. I don't want to be haunted by this ghost. Number 3. Molly Stark's Sanatorium. The Molly Stark Sanatorium in Ohio was built in 1929 but has since been abandoned. The grounds were later opened as a country park, and many ghost hunters visit the creepy place to encounter the TB hospital's former patients. Urbex Hill is one of them. Published in October of 2021, this scary video explores the TB clinic and does not come up short. The urban explorers navigate through several floors of haunting hallways and rooms, at last arriving at the encounter we've been waiting for. The action occurs in one deep dark hallway, with pipes running up the length of the ceiling. At a distance, a ghostly pale figure appears in the darkness for a moment before disappearing again. A close-up of the image shows an outline in the shadows. Then the pale figure emerges briefly and disappears. Some in the comments wonder if it may be an actual person, which would explain the footsteps that the crew heard earlier. but others are convinced that what we're looking at here is paranormal. Some think the figure appears to be wearing a white lab coat, which we might assume belongs to a former TB doctor who may have worked at the hospital. What are you seeing? Can you believe your eyes? Number 2, camp out creature. These campers told one too many ghost stories around the campfire. Then they experienced one real horror show firsthand. Published by Caught on Camera TV in November of 2020. This scary video might make you put a lock on your tent zipper. While looking for their friend Alexis, this group of campers hears a terrifying scream in the woods.
Alexis?
They come across a structure of wood built around a tree. Inside the shelter is their friend. It appears she is tied to the tree and completely out of it. After a moment, a humanoid creature bursts onto the scene for a split second in the structure's entryway. The creature has far too many arms and springs out at the group in a threatening pose. They all start to scream and flee. The camera is dropped on the ground. Is this a rake or the real Blair Witch Project, as some in the comments are saying? One thing's for sure though, when this thing is in my nightmares tonight, I'll wish I'd never seen it. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1, Phantom Feline. Even ghost cats need a home. Published by WMV4648 in January of 2009. The description notes that this is just an ordinary video of an unknown guy doing some recording stuff in his room, but what happens next is extraordinary. According to the video's owner, there was no one in his house at the time, and he owns no cats, and yet as the man is recording himself playing guitar, what appears to be a cat is moving in the right-hand bottom corner of the frame. At the same time, something keeps flickering in the mirror next to the musician. The ghost cat moves back and forth a few times as the man plays. Some in the comments note that you can see through the cat. Is this a phantom feline or just a stray gone astray? Many people often say I'll have to see it to believe it when talking about something that is truly fascinating and unexpected. The following videos are so surprising that you need to watch them for yourself to piece together a logical explanation. These are the scary, unexpected moments when things went wrong.